Hi, everybody. It is Tuesday, the 6th of June, where I signed up for Venmo. Finally, I've been being pushed to do Venmo and Zelle and some other formats for my book sales, and I just got my first payment through Venmo. So I know it all works. Thank you, Crystal, for sorting that out. Let's see. It's been I'm wiped today. I just finished 6 hours of weeding in my front yard. The thing is, when you're kind of ADHD, ADD kind of personality, when it comes down to things like weeding, you do it. You do it. I dare anybody to come and find a scrap of weed anywhere in my front yard at this point, in the areas that I've been doing. I worked all day yesterday and today. I did a great session yesterday that was almost semi-classical. It was really great, a real nice piece of reading and with enough space for improvisation. But I am tired right now from that, so I'm doing this and then got to run to the warehouse, drop off a box of books, to the post office, go to the warehouse, pick up a load of books to fill Denny Tedesco's car with. So when we go to Modesto on Thursday for the screening of the documentary movie and doing the book signing, I'll have product there. So got to do that and back to Home Depot for more planter mix. And then later tonight, practicing Lyle. I mean, the days are just packed. I'm tired, but I figure I'm just going to slam until we hit the road, and at that point, then I can climb in a bunk and start to chill. Tomorrow's the clubhouse, and a lot of people have signed up for Saturday for the one-on-one Skype and FaceTimes, so I'm thrilled about that. It's going to be a fun hang with everybody. So I'm going to go back today. I'm going to do a quick little couple of pieces of music, and then head off to do what I got to do. Now, I've talked about this artist before because I've done a few albums with him. So this is another album I did with him that I haven't featured yet, and this is called My Father's Son by Ricky Skaggs. I worked with Ricky quite a bit when I'd go down to Nashville, either as an artist or they'd get him to come in and play Mando and stuff on sessions. But this album, let's see if they got this. 1991 was the release date on this one. I always love when they put styles: bluegrass, progressive country, contemporary country, neo-traditionalist country. Okay, whatever, just music. And it says, a little review of it says, a concept album about families. My Father's Son is Skaggs' album that owes the least to bluegrass. Skaggs is concerned with the legacy his fathers leave for their sons, both the wisdom, father knows best, and the limitation, my father's son. He also sees materialism as a destructive force it is. His duet with Waylon Jennings on Only Daddy Will Walk the Line fits neatly, though perhaps not the way the writer intended. And because Skaggs' background is bluegrass rather than honky-tonk, every father image is inexplicably bound to God. Okay, so let's see, I got a couple of tunes here I'll do, because there's a whole bunch of us on this one. We shared all instrument duties here. One of the songs we're going to do is Simple Life, which was written by Mac McAnally, who I've done work with. Mac is a treasure. He's been with Jimmy Buffett for years, but I remember we played a Summerfest with James Taylor in Milwaukee, and our opening act was Mac McAnally, and Mac sounds so much like James, it's unbelievable, and made for quite an evening. And then Father Knows Best was, that was quite a few writers. Leonard LeBlanc, M. Curtis, Michael Curtis, Mike Curtis, Larry LeBlanc. So I'm not sure if it's two guys with all kinds of names. I don't know what the hell that's all about. But those are a couple of these ones that I'll do. And maybe My Father's Son. Let me see that. And then Ricky Skaggs wrote that. But let me give you a list of the players on this album, because it's a who's who. Some of it was produced by Ricky, and Brian Ahern produced. Eddie Bayers, drums, Barry Beckett on organ, Sam Bush on mandolin, Terry Crisp on steel guitar, Jerry Douglas, dobro, Stuart Duncan on fiddle. I believe Stuart Duncan's going to be out with us with Lyle and the Large Band for a good chunk of the tour since Luke Bullitt was not able to do it this time. Keith Edwards, drums. John Elliott, piano, string arrangements. Bella Fleck, banjo. Paul Franklin and Steve Gibson, steel and electric guitar. Bobby Hicks, fiddle. David Hungate on some of the bass. Roy Husky Jr. on some of the bass. Waylon Jennings vocals on this. Keith Little guitar. Larry London drums. Brent Mason guitar. So there's like a lot of different players involved in different sessions on this. The Nashville String Machine. Steve Nathan on keyboards. Denny Purcell did the mastering on it. Tom Rohde played percussion. Michael Rojas on piano. Alan Schulman and Ed Say on engineering and mixing. Jason Sellers bass. Pamela Sixfen strings. Ricky Skaggs banjo, bass, composer, fiddle, guitar, acoustic guitar, electric mandolin. Primary artist, producer, vocal harmony. Vocals, harmony, okay. Me on bass. Bobby Taylor on oboe. Okay. Sharon White, vocals, background vocals. I believe Sharon is married to Ricky. That's about it on that. So let me go ahead and play a couple of these little ditties. This is Mac McAnally's song "Simple Life." I think I might have even recorded this with Mac. I love working with Mac. Mac is an absolute treasure to work with. One of the sweetest cats in the world, and just I used to ask him where his ideas came from because his stories are so unique. And I think it was Mac who told me that that when he was a little kid, his father would go out on weekends and do a thing called settin', just settin'. And what he would do is he would took Mac when he was a little kid, and they would go out and just drive down country roads. And if his dad saw a house that looked interesting or somebody that looked interesting, he'd pull up and ask them if they wanted to talk. And Mac would sit there, and the father was very engaging, and the people would open up and tell their life stories, just casually. And he absorbed so many things. So many of his songs are these gorgeous, gorgeous storytelling songs. So if you're not familiar with Mac McAnally, McCanally, check him out. He's an absolute treasure on this. So let's go ahead but this is Ricky's version of Simple Life. So excuse me while I whips this out. The lyric is so good.
Simple life is a life for me, a man and a wife and a family. The Lord up above knows I'm trying to live a simple life in a difficult time. I used to sit around and fussing at the phone all day, wiring up the road, and it made me say, never again will I be that way. Never again will I be that way. Cause a simple life is a life for me, a man and a wife and a family. And the Lord up above knows I'm trying to live a simple life in a difficult time. Well, I work 6 days and I rest for one, cause the old rat race ain't never been won. I sit back and I watch them run. I kick on back and I watch them run. Cause a simple life is a life for me, a man and a wife and a family. And the Lord up above knows I'm trying to live a simple life in a difficult time. Simple life in a difficult time. Simple life is a life
So funny. I always knew Ricky had a mustache, and I remember one time showing up for a session, and he had cut it off, and it so changed his face. And I just went, Ricky, is that you? This is great. Here's one, Father Knows Best. Then I'll get running here. You know, every time I'm watching any of the old vintage TV shows and Father Knows Best comes on, I just jump all over that. You know, it's one of those things. I know it's not real, and it was a different time and all that, but it was. I love that period of sitcoms until the Donna Reed show and, you know, December Bride and Life of Riley and the Stu Irwin show and Our Miss Brooks and so many of them. It was really a kind of a golden age for television. So here we go. Father Knows Best.
Daddy told me not to ride my bike across that rocky creek. You know it's swift in places, and some it's pretty deep. But hard-headed, full of pride, I went on anyway. And if Daddy hadn't been watching me, I wouldn't be here today. Father knows best, Father knows best. If he hadn't been looking out for me, I'd be in such a mess. I swore from then on I would do just what he said, 'cause Father knows best. Father knows best. I remember back in high school, about 16 years old, my friend said, let's go drinking, but Daddy told me not to go. Now I'm so glad that I stayed home, 'cause it turned out he was right. When the papers came the next morning, well, it was there in black and white. Father knows best, Father knows best. If he hadn't been looking out for me, I'd be in such a mess. I swore from then on I would do just what he said, 'cause Father knows best. Father knows best. The day a man knocked on my door and said your daddy died, I tried holding back the tears, but I just stood there and cried. Now Lord, you know I loved him, why'd he have to go away? And looking up to heaven, I heard somebody say, Father knows best, Father knows best. I'm always looking out for you, so your heart can be at rest. I'll see you through the bad times, just remember what I've said, 'cause Father knows best. Father knows best. Your Father knows best. Son, your Father knows best.
And to be fair, generally moms know best too. I don't really look at this. I think there's humanity involved. I think mothers bring such an incredible perspective to things in a man's life that I think if you can really get great parents, it really well rounds you. That's for sure. So I'm going to get running here. I'm going to upload this. I'm going to go sign my books and get a couple of T-shirts are ordered and get that stuff running. I will be back tomorrow, but I will see everybody who's in the clubhouse that can make it tomorrow. And one of the things I'm going to do is I'm really looking forward to getting back out on the road from the standpoint of filming. And I'm going to be on that every day. And I'm going to spend more time, as much time as I can, and only when people are game for it. But I really have enjoyed like the interview with Kenny Aronoff and Herman Matthews and Luis Conti, and all these different musicians I know and different people. I want to try to talk to as many people on the tour as I can and introduce you to them and get a little taste of what all their lives are about, because it's a great bunch of people. So we'll do that, and then Saturday will be the one-on-ones again. So anybody that wants to sign up for that, let's jump on that. And then on Thursday morning, I will be jumping in the car with Denny Tedesco and driving to Modesto, California for the book signing and the screening, and then back on Friday. And then as soon as I get back Friday, I'm being interviewed for a documentary movie about Peter Asher. Just slamming constantly, but it's all good. It's all good. I would never complain about being too busy. I would always complain about not being busy enough. So we'll go for that. So take good care, everybody, and I will talk to you later. Bye.